like it's a sensitive situation because a lot of people be going through that shit. Like motherfuckers be normalizing PTSD and pain and normalizing like going through shit and feel like that shit normal when it's not. Like a lot of people be like even me, like I've been through that shit before. Like I felt like I was at the edge where I wanted to kill myself before, and it's like you gotta be like people be saying you gotta be weak to kill yourself. Yeah, you gotta be a selfish person for a certain reason. I'm gonna elaborate on that more too though, but you gotta really be a strong person to physically hurt yourself, and you gotta be at a real breaking point. So, like for me to been going through that shit and understanding that shit, like that shit hard, and there need to be more awareness on that type of shit, cause it be kids and shit that be feeling like that, and people don't understand, and people it's so sensitive that you don't really want to talk about other people that like how I felt like telling the next month like, man, bro, I feel like killing myself. But like you just feel like that's some shit that you just really don't want to talk to a next motherfucker about. And all that time you just sitting on that shit and letting that shit eat you alive and shit, you would let yourself get to that breaking point. And it could have been a motherfucker that helped you or pointed you to some help to get away from that shit. But that shit real, bro. Like, I know a few motherfuckers who killed themselves for real, G, and it's like, damn, bro. Like, you would never understand, like you would never, like, understand why a motherfucker really, like, damn, for he killed himself. Like, you know how hard it is to be like, I'm finna stab myself, or I'm finna shoot myself. Like, fuck it, I'm finna just do it. Like, I'm finna just jump off this bitch. That shit, like, no, hell no, I ain't finna jump off that motherfucker. You be, damn, but you selfish though. Like, I'm finna, and that's what I meant to say too on the elaboration of that shit. Like, yeah, for you selfish because there's so many motherfuckers that you can influence and help, like, especially if you got kids and shit. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? I know it'd be tough and shit. It's hard to just be like on the outside looking in saying like, yeah, bro, it's tough, but you gotta live for your kids, and you know what I'm saying? Even though you're going through shit, you gotta show them a better way, but that shit be hard, bro. Some motherfuckers be really needing help, G. And like, I feel like motherfuckers need to raise more awareness on suicide and shit, for real. I mean, shit, the first thing I really can think of is like, shit, try to like put some type of organization together where like we got somewhere for a motherfucker to like have like group sessions or motherfuckers have like group circles and speaking like to other motherfuckers who feel that way too. Cause it's like, it's easy to talk to a motherfucker, just talk to a motherfucker, but like, you never feel comfortable like open up to a motherfucker that you feel like don't understand you or haven't been through what you've been through. That's like even with the streets, like that's why with these shorties it's like they'll sit in the room and talk to people about certain situations, but like they gonna feel like who is you, bro? Like you sitting right here trying to tell me about the streets and you never been in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a person now that's like elaborating on it, trying to help them that's been in that or they know like that or been doing the stuff they doing now, what bam, they be more lenient to listening to what they saying. That's even with this. Like if you in a room with people, like say I'm in a room, it's like 10 of us. And I know all of us been at that point where it's like we've tried to kill ourselves. Like you in a room with 10 different people, 10 different lifestyles, 10 different colors, all type of shit, races and shit. They all felt like you felt at some point. Like you would really want to understand, like, damn, what made you go to your breaking point? Who at the band, like, what I gotta do to get past this point in my life? I don't want to feel like this no more. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might point you to some help. That conversation with the next person might change your life. Train the thought forever. Like you might not never feel like that no more. Like. But the biggest way for me, like, to get out that suicidal shit was my kids and realizing, like, them I'll be bold as hell. Like, get up out of here, like, kill myself. I got 2 kids and I got family. I got people who look up to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I got fans and shit who rock with my music, who looking forward to listen to my music, who listen to my music to make their day better. Or even people on Instagram and shit like that, or Twitter and Facebook and shit. I get on Facebook and I be talking that shit every morning, like, man, get your ugly ass up and go get some money. It's a beautiful day to get some money. Like, people be looking forward to that shit. Like, I kill myself. That shit just be selfish for me. Like, you know, I gotta be strong. I can't just take myself out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I be thinking. Like, everybody ain't like me, so I feel like, man, shit, motherfucker need to put something together, man. Anybody, like, that's willing to do some shit that or got something going on like that, man, reach out to me, Instagram, Hardknock035.